Brooke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to start a series called the Alphabet Build Challenge. If you don't know what that is, it is a challenge in The Sims where you have to build a house based on the letters of the alphabet. So each episode will be a new letter. Today we will start with A. I'm pretty excited about it. I actually think it turned out kind of cute in a weird way. Yeah, so why don't we get into the family that I built for the challenge? So the family that I created is the McKinnon family. It's just one girl and her cat. This is Chelsea. I thought it would be fun that every time we do one of these builds that I would choose a word that starts with the letter that I'm building. This week's A, so I'm going to choose a word, and I chose artist, and I would create that kind of a sim. So I created an artist sim. She is wanting to be a painter extraordinaire. She loves cats. You know, I made her gloomy just because I felt like it fit a little bit, and an art lover. This is her cat Rex. He's super cute. He's curious. He's a glutton. He's talkative. So snuggly. He's a little raggedy, but I like it. And yeah, Chelsea, you know, she wears fancy makeup. I think that maybe she wears these contact lenses. She has blue hair with space buns, you know, the makeup and the piercing. This is her outfit. I really enjoy this shirt actually. You know, just simple, formal, and athletic and sleep. Her party attire, her swimwear. Hot weather is the exact same, and cold weather. So let's go ahead and start building. So here we go. I got my dog Josie to explain it all. I went ahead and just made it. I didn't really want to take the time to show you guys what I did. I honestly struggled so much, but you'll see it at the end. I also went ahead and did the floor plan too because I was struggling a little bit. So yeah, but here I am doing the windows. I do end up making the house a little bit wider so I can use a certain type of window that I had in mind. I thought it just made the house bigger and gave her more space, quite honestly. And so here I go ahead and I use these windows. I thought that it was a good touch. This is such like a weird house to really make look good. I cut out all the windows because I couldn't get them to space right, and I was just kind of sick of it, so it is what it is. And then I go ahead and put windows all over my little garden area that I'm gonna do, and then I try to find a single medium-sized door, but I couldn't, so I went with this one. And then I go ahead and put some archways in from the entryway, and that's right, I do make it even like longer because I want 2 doors into the bathroom, and we wouldn't have had enough space for anything if it was that small. So I went ahead and put in a bunch of doors, and then I went ahead with the lights, and then I start with the kitchen, I believe. I kind of knew what I wanted to do with this house while I was making my sim. I knew I wanted to kind of go a modern route with it. However, I kind of picture her as very clean but super unorganized, and you'll see that once I get to her studio and her bedroom. The whole house is super nice, super white and grays and a little bit of blacks, and then you get to her room and it's a mess, I'll tell you that. I thought it was kind of funny and a cute little just backstory on her. I like to do that all the time. Yeah, so here's the kitchen. I don't do very much. I do give her a dishwasher, however, and then I move on to the dining room and give her a pretty modern dining room. I cut out a bunch of it because I was fiddling with the table and chairs and I just couldn't find one, but I ended up going with this one. I didn't really like it, but I moved on because I was getting frustrated, and I do end up liking it later when I put a carpet under it. Or a rug, not carpet. Here I am starting on her office. I give her a little touch of blue, and yeah, and then I give her an easel and Then I start scrolling and then I realized that I wanted Baby Yoda in this build. So I put him on the desk so I can fiddle with him later. And yeah, it took me forever to find these signs, so I cut it out. I really wanted these signs in particular. I like it. I think it adds like a lot of clutter. It says that it's like campaigning signs or whatever, but I think that they just look like giant paintings and I love it. Yeah, and I go with these succulents on the wall. I love it. I thought it looked really nice. It's just kind of like a lot of color and don't mind my dog. And there are like different colors, but I thought they worked together. And then I go in with that laundry day plant thing. I thought maybe she wanted to paint it one time. And I do put those little paint cans down as well as a tarp. And then I move into the bathroom. I cut out a bunch of me fiddling because honestly it was really annoying, and I ended up going with this shower and this toilet. I have never used this toilet before, but it came with fitness stuff and I thought maybe it fit pretty well. I go ahead with the same counters and 2 sinks, and I go with the 3 big mirrors. So you can look at yourself at every angle in this bathroom, let me tell you. And then I go ahead and put soap and toothbrushes down, and I do put a plant down, I believe. And then I do put one of those like towel rack things in here, but I take it away because then I realized that I needed to put a litter box down. So yeah, oh yeah, I tried to put that one down, but I didn't like it, so I went with the 3 little small ones. And then I put some towels on the wall, just pure white ones. And then I move on to the living room, which I don't think I even like still. I wanted to use these modern looking couches, and I do end up using them, but I just really don't enjoy them, I don't think. So when I was like looking back at the house, I was like, I still don't think that I like this, but yeah. I went in with a modern fireplace and a huge TV. I thought a huge TV was kind of funny, that maybe she just really enjoys watching movies on the big screen. So yeah, and then I gave her a gray cat tower for Rex and a litter box, and then I go ahead and place a food bowl as well because I forgot about that. And then I start putting some plants down in here. I wanted to use that one. And then I move on to her bedroom, and the bed that I end up using, I have never used before, but I love the swatch that I use, and honestly fits so well. I think it fits with her personality and the kind of the house theme. The end tables that I end up using, I have also never used before, but I loved them and they matched perfectly, I thought anyways. Here I am cluttering up the side tables. Here I decide that I really wanted to make her super unorganized. I wanted this room to look like an absolute pigsty. So on this side, I think I put a cat and a stack of magazines. But on the other side, I do put down like a couple of magazines. I mean, a couple of nail polishes and some perfume and some candles. And then I do books underneath both beds. I kind of had this vision that maybe she liked to read a lot, because I put a lot of books down and a lot of magazines. I wanted her to be obsessed with these like fashion magazines. So you'll see more later. Yeah, and then I put this perfume down because I thought it just needed just like a little bit more clutter, even though it's very cluttered. I put this plant down because I'm obsessed with it. We all know this. And yeah, I put more books down, and then I put the stack of 2 as well. Then I move on and I put this modern looking wardrobe in, and I use the Jungle Adventure mirror. Even though it doesn't match like perfectly, I love the mirror, and it was like in her color. So, and then I go ahead and I put a cute blue rug down. And I do put like the makeup and the hair dryer and nail polish and perfume on the ground here. When I was in high school, I did my makeup on the ground, and I kind of thought maybe she was the same way. So I went ahead and did that, and I made it kind of a cluttered area, which I really liked. Again, I wanted this bedroom to be nothing like the other parts of the house. Here I go with all the magazines, and then I end up adding some books as well. I don't know why I started doing this. I just thought I would just add more. And yeah, and then I was like, you know what? She's just a mess in the inside. But maybe she just doesn't have time to clean her room. You know what I mean? So yeah, here I go with some books, and then I do layer them just a little bit. And yeah, I think that's it for the books, but I really liked how that turned out. And then I go over here, and I figured the wardrobe's not enough for her, so I go ahead and put this clothes rack, and I think I put a shoe rack as well, and then another mirror, because you know, maybe you didn't have enough mirrors at the beginning. And yeah, so then I go and, oh yeah, I put this ottoman down. I thought the bedroom just needed one more thing, and I put this cute ottoman down that matches the rest of the bedroom. Now I'm gonna do the floors. I knew which floors I wanted to use as soon as I started building this house. And then I go for a sleek tile in the bathroom, and I do all white walls except for I do some brick looking things in the kitchen, just because you always need a backsplash. You know what I'm saying? I always put a backsplash. Yeah, and then I go into decorating. I can't remember if I start with the kitchen or not, and I do. I wanted this kitchen to look like there was nothing on the cabinets. So I literally only put a fruit bowl and an incense thing out, and that's it. Oh, and then I put a spoon holder, of course. But I don't know why. I thought it was like, went with the whole theme of just being super sleek. You know, she keeps like her toaster and stuff in her cabinets. She has a big enough kitchen for it. So I just put nothing on the counters. And then I go ahead and put just a plain white rug down. Yes, that is the one I end up choosing. And then I go ahead and put a rug with the dining room. I go with, I think, a black one, the one with all the shapes on it. Yes, this one. I size it down a bunch because it's huge. And then I put in a trash can and some decorations into the dining room. I really wanted to put a hutch in here, but all the modern looking ones were like really short, and it looked weird, so I just didn't, and I put a plant instead. I was fiddling around with what pictures I wanted to put on, but I end up doing these like black and gray themed ones, and I sized them down one, and I thought that they looked really cool and pretty modern. Yeah, and then I go into the living room, and I put no, I don't end up putting a rug down. I really did want to put a rug in the living room, but I couldn't find one that I liked, and it just ended up looking weird, so I just took it out entirely. But I do put, oh yes, this lamp from Tiny Living. I thought that fit pretty perfectly, actually. And then I was going to put a stand. That's what I'm going to call it, but I didn't. I put in a bookshelf with a plant. And then, sorry, I have the hiccups. And then I go in with the plumb bob picture, of course, obviously. And then I use this wine painting. I love this wine painting. And I was like, you know what? She looks like a lady who likes the wine. So yeah, now I'm moving into the bedroom, and I really wanted to put something above the door. However, I couldn't find one that I think looked good. So I just left it, and I end up using this cute like picture of a woman. I thought it looked pretty modern, and then I struggled with finding one to put over here, but I end up doing one of those purple music ones. I thought that fit pretty well and gave just something else to it. Yeah, and then I'm gonna move to the outside. No, I don't move to the outside. I realized that I didn't do my garden, and so I put some lights out in my garden and some planters, and I ended up doing a yoga mat just because she seems like someone who would like to do yoga. Maybe. You can always replace it if you choose to play with this house. Yeah, and so I end up cutting out all of my landscaping just because I didn't think I needed it in. It makes for such a long video. But yeah, here it is. Here's my house. I hope you guys enjoy it. I encourage you guys to do this challenge. It's super fun. It's a little weird, but I mean, whatever. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.